Well, here we are at Howick Bridge near Worcester, a place steeped in history with a river and a brook running under this ancient bridge. So come and join us as we go mudlarking in the river team. We're on a bridge that crosses a brook and a river, and it's been associated with mills for over 900 years. Actually, the corn mill that was on this area was back in, I believe it was 1086, and the building behind us now was generating electricity for the area, but now has been converted into residential properties. But before that, stood on this ground in 1720s was a foundry, and that was driven by the water here and converted pig iron into wrought iron. And actually there's a Welsh connection, because although we're just outside Worcester, there was a gentleman from this foundry in the 1760s that went down to Hirwaun in Wales, quite near us, and set up a foundry there. There we are, a little bit of history. With all the activity that was going on here from over 900 years ago and probably before, there would have been crossings on this river for many centuries, originally wooden. But this stone bridge, parts of this date back to 1447 and before. We know it was listed in 1447, and we know that the bridge was built by the monks at Malvern Monastery. And then there's a much more modern bridge over there. Well, when I say modern, it was opened in 1838, so it's been around a while. But whereas this one is stone and brick, that one over there is made of iron. Another interesting point is the furthest two arches of this bridge, the ones that actually cross the brook rather than the river Team, they were demolished during the Civil War here in England in order to add protection to Worcester. This is known as Howick Bridge, but in more recent times, because it's been here for a long time, it's been known as the Battle of Howick Bridge, because here was a very important place with regards to the English Civil War, where the parliamentarian militia fought against the king and his cavaliers. It was here on the 23rd of September 1642 that the first skirmish with the cavalry took place, and on that occasion it was the royalists who got the upper hand and won the day. Part of the problem was the narrowing of this bridge and having to break formation as they tried to cross, and that led to devastation for the parliamentarians in that particular skirmish. But they were back here in this area 9 years later, and this is where the final battle at Worcester took place that ended the Civil War and led to a parliamentarian success. So this bridge has so much to do with the history of this nation. Following the victory of the parliamentary militia here in 1651, bringing to end 9 years of civil war, their chaplain Hugh Peters produced a rousing sermon which included this line: "When your wives and children ask you, thou been, and what is the news? Say, you have been to Worcester, where England's sorrows began, and where they have happily ended. A rousing statement for sure. But the irony of politics and life is that 9 years later, the chaplain was executed in London at Charing Cross for treason. That's the way life goes.
Ooh, we found a little path. Now, we're assuming this leads to the river because I can't see anything else that this could possibly be leading to. So come on, let's follow it and see where we end up. We're ending up, I think, at a dead end.
No, it goes down here.
Let's have a look how steep and dangerous that is. But there's the river. And there's allegedly the path. I'll go down a little bit further and have a look. Let's check. Oh, I think there's a really big jump down. There we go, we'll send our experimental guinea pig down.
Possibly okay for fishing, but no good for mudlarking, there's no beach.
Oh, right. Plan B. We've hit a problem, haven't we, Phil?
We have indeed. We have. When we arrived, we knew we had a bit of a problem because the car park that we'd earmarked was blocked off. Something to do with railway developments or something, I'm not sure. But now we've got a public notice closing the footpath that we were going to use.
There.
So, let's head back that way. And there is a path across the fields called the Monarch's Way, which leads where the armies marched during the Civil War on Worcester. So we're going to follow that and see if we can get down to the river from there.
Plan C. Oh, look at this. It's part of the bridge. The main span is over there. Here's a smaller arch. And if you go through, it leads to the farmer's field. What a grand entrance to a cow field. Very a la Bosch. Let's go down, find Phil, and see how positive it's looking for doing a bit of mudlarking in this water. The sides are quite steep, and it's been raining, which are not good signs for mudlarkers.
If you come and have a look at the depth of this water, I think the rain is working against us.
Oh wow.
Now when I checked it out on Google Earth, we had islands there and down there. But at the moment...
Right, there are no islands. Ooh, that could be a real problem when it comes to mudlarking.
See, that came down.
Yeah. You can see the bridge. Very nice view of the bridge.
We'll check a bit further down because it is rippling a bit more down there.
Right.
And if not, plan D. Now there's some mud if you want to lark.
There we go, there's lots of mud and a lot of cow manure, I would say.
I was going to say the smell on that mud, it's not
Ooh,
just mud.
it's poggy.
A few large cows have been sheltering in here from the rain.
Yes, look at that underneath, isn't that gorgeous? I like the colour they've chosen to. Very pleasant.
I believe there's the kissing gate there. I believe this actually goes all the way to Worcester.
Right.
It's known as the Monarch's Way. It's where the troops marched in nearly 400 years ago.
I don't know if we'll be walking all the way to Worcester. We may have to.
Trying to find the beach.
There must be a beach somewhere.
Here's a kiss, it's a kissing gate. We've got a beach.
Oh good, plan D worked.
It's a very steep climb, but should be alright, yeah.
Oh yes, you think so?
Yeah, you can hold on to me.
Oh dear, then we both fall in the water.
One beach.
Oh yes, there's a beach. It's not a very big beach. And we're down on the beach. Let's have a look how big this beach is. Well, it goes to that tree there. And then along. And, oh, it's not too bad, I don't suppose. About 40 feet long, do you think, Phil?
Yeah, and I think we can go out to Fairway.
Right, let's have a look.
We can go out to Fairway.
Further on. Take you right the full extent of the beach so you can see just how far we are going to be able to explore. Yes, it runs out there, but I think there's a bit of beach beyond too. Can you see? Have a look through the gap there. Yes, there's a bit more beach through there. So it depends if we can get through the water. Well, let's have a look at what we can see on this beach before we do anything else. So, don't forget, shout if you see anything. Oh, there's a shell. Right on the shore. There. Cute little shell. There's a bit of brick. We're certainly not going to see anything written on that, are we? Oh, what's this? Very long and thin. It's a stone, but look at that. Almost looks like one of the weights they put on your car wheels to balance them, doesn't it? There's a piece of glass, but I don't think it's very old. Then again, it could be, it's just that it's quite sharp on the edges.
Blue and white?
Phil's found some blue and white, right.
No, I don't know if somebody's been digging here.
It looks like somebody has been digging for some reason.
Here.
Do you think they've been perhaps gold panning or something?
I don't know, but that was like that. It was in what they've dug out. So
Right.
there's probably stuff in here, look.
Look.
It's not much, but...
Oh, it's something, so it shows there are things to find. We've had a little piece of coloured glass and a piece of blue and white pottery.
And somebody's been digging here, so I wonder if they were looking for...
Musket balls?
Musket balls.
Could be.
I wonder if people have been down here with metal detectors. Because this was a battle scene. This is where the English Civil War started and ended. So, if they've been digging, is there anything else in their sand?
I would have thought they'd have found it if there was anything in there. So we fill the hole back in. Ooh, a bit of bone. Now that doesn't look like it's been butchered, does it? Can you see the end? It could be bone, it could be possibly antler, or is that part of some joint in the body? I don't really know. Does anybody know anything that could tell us if that's a bone or if it's an antler? Another hole's been dug here. Fill that one back in too.
I got more.
What have you found? Oh yes. That's bright, isn't it? Look at that. I wonder if that's Worcester pottery, because we are in Worcester.
Oh, brick.
Right, you've seen a brick and I've seen some pottery. So you go get your brick and I'll pick up this here, which seems to be a mug handle.
Ah, baldy brick. There you go.
Well, you may have a baldy brick, but I've got a little mug handle, or a cup handle,
Lovely.
or a pot handle. It's a handle. Is that something with a hole in, or is it a black thing on a stone? Let's have a look. It's a black thing on a stone. What's Phil found?
Right next door to that wall.
Oh, what have you found?
There, look. Looks like a hand grenade.
Oh, is it a hand grenade?
No.
Good. Paste pot? It's a paste pot. Oh, that does look a bit like a grenade, doesn't it?
It's a hand grenade face pot.
Look at the pattern on that. Right, let's have a look at the last bit of beach and then we'll pop in the water. There's another hole. Definitely somebody's been down here, probably with a metal detector.
I think so. I think they've looked for it. Look, what's that?
Oh, what's he found?
Oh. Oh, it's just a bit of white.
Oh, a bit of white pottery. Well, I think we've just about exhausted the beach. Piece of carpet. Oh, we put that back in. Can you see all the wildlife on there? Right, that's the end of the beach. So come on, pop your wellies on. We're going in. What's a big chunk of white? Can you see it there? No, it's a fairly modern bit of white tile, that. Oh, what's that there? Can you see something big and white?
Do I get it? No, you got it?
Who's gonna get it? You get it.
It's a handle.
Ooh, is it joined onto something or is it just a handle?
It could be a mug.
Could be.
Could be a mug belonging to a round head. No, it's not a mug. Oh, it is a bitter mug. It's a bitter mug.
It's Cornish ware. It's a Cornish ware mug.
Is it Cornish ware? It's dipped,
Or a
is
jug.
it?
Yes, you can feel the difference. The blue stands out more than the white. So there, a piece of Cornish ware mug or jug.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know, but see the blue? I thought it was a bit of china look, and it's just a tiny bit of blue on it. I don't know what it is.
Perhaps it's off some sort of enamel pan from many a year ago.
Yeah, it feels like metal.
An iron sign, perhaps. Not enough to make it worth taking home and getting excited about. There's something here. I think this is a bar. It's a piece of wood. Piece of tree, twig, with lots of wildlife. Let's put it back in. There.
It's like a cog or something.
Let's have a look.
See?
Oh, is it a bottle top? Oh no, it's a stopper. Pot. I think it's ceramic. Let's see what it says on here. Jewel pottery. I think that'd be pottery, wouldn't you? It seems to say jewel pottery. Interesting. Can you see that there? I don't know if I can get it. Well, that's not what I was trying for. It's gone down there. Let's have a look. Well, the fact it's moving so quickly, I think it probably isn't anything heavy like pottery. No, it's a battery. Now that really shouldn't be in the river. Let's take it out. Oh, there's a big chunk of white. The current's very strong here. You can see it blowing that piece of tile right away. Oh look, what a beautiful plant. Long fronds covered in moss. Put that back in. Very pretty. Something red here. Yes, there's a plastic screwdriver handle. Let's see if we can get around this and over to the beach there. There's something round there. Can you see it? I don't think that's natural. I think that's been shaped. Let's have a look. Oh. That is firmly stuck, but I would say, if we look there, there's a little hole there. I think that's the back of a chair. What do you think? And that would be the bit sticking up on the back of the splat. Ooh, can you see that? It's a horse or a cow's tooth, depending on how you say it. Now he hasn't been brushing properly or flossing. Look at the state on that. Can you see something there? Ooh, some sort of bar. Oh, look at that. See the beasties off? Oh, that's interesting. It's metal. It looks like that on that end. It's got a tapered end that end, and I have no idea what it is. I don't think it's anything dangerous. I could be wrong. You see a Phil nose. We've discovered something. We've come for your professional opinion. What's that? It's not some sort of shell, is it?
No.
No, that's good. As long as it's not going to blow up on me.
I'm sure it was obviously a pin, which was intended to go into something. That's why they chamfered the end, I would think, so to go in.
Right.
Something have snapped off that end there.
Right. Well, there we go.
What's it made of?
I don't know, it's metal.
Is it metal? Or is it carbon? Or no, it's
No,
like
it's metal.
stone or pot.
I don't know.
Weird.
Or it could be stone. Anybody got any ideas? If I put it down somewhere Wait, it's got a good background, you can see it. And there. What is that? It's about 6 inches long. And here's a bit of an old bottle. I think somebody's dug this up because it's on the beach and it's dried out, broken. I think somebody's been hunting here and has dug that up and didn't want it. Oh, there's a bit of blue. Can you see that?
Oh.
Is it, or is it paper? No, it's pottery. Oh, and it's very pretty too. There's the legs of an animal on there. I think that's a horse. Oh, what's this? Is it plain or patterned? Patterned.
Oh, that's a Chardonnay, surely.
I would thought so, yes. Very pretty. Lovely Victorian colours on that.
Now, I spotted something in the river up here. And
Right.
then I turned round and I lost it.
Ah,
So then I found a bit of tile in the river. So I put a bit of tile. See the bit of tile on the edge of the river?
right.
Because I
Let's
left
have a
it in
look.
sitting because
Ooh.
I can see what it is, but it's pretty well buried. So see if you could spot what's in the water.
Right,
there.
so it's in this direction here.
Yeah, it just happened to catch my eye.
Right, so everybody look and shout if you see it.
I think that's what it was anyway.
How far out?
No, I wasn't too far out.
No.
About 3 foot.
So we've missed it.
I can't even see it now.
Oh, right, so it's probably something
I can see something
really
here, but that's not what I
exciting.
spotted. Oh, it's right by your feet.
Right by my feet, something really exciting. Let's have a look. There. Oh, there.
Just there, see?
Yes, is it a
I
bottle?
don't know if it's all, but I just left it there.
Oh, let's have a
because
look.
it looks. But now I can see this.
Oh, look. It's a Shipham's paste jar.
Is it what?
So that's 2 paste jars we've had from this area now.
Was that one got, is that what actually?
That one actually says Shipham's.
Ah, because they often put taste cards, they often say Shipham's, but there we go. Oh, we had 2.
Do you think we can get out to see what that is? I think it's a piece of metal carpet rod. Let's see if we can get that far with my wellies. Oh, it's getting deep. Yes, it's a piece of whoa, carpet gripper rod. Oh, there's a piece of wandering wood. Rolling down the river. Getting faster. Woo.
You see it?
Let's hold up.
Corner of a tile or something.
Oh, it's a handle. Oh, that's a nice handle, isn't it? Very regal. Very posh.
Very geometrical.
Something big and white there, but I just get the feeling it's another piece of tile.
But I say, if it is, I think I've spotted something. Don't move when you pick that up, right? Don't
Right.
move.
Okay.
And
I don't know if I'll ever pick this up. The current is so strong.
I'm bringing my hand in.
Oh, I think it's possibly. Is it? Ah! Getting away. Oh,
Oh,
look. It's a
is it-
bottom of a stoneware pot. Oh.
Right.
Very nice.
There's this foot. Just the side of this foot. Look up there. As you step in, your foot trod there, and see,
Right.
you uncovered that.
Look at that. Let's have a look.
There.
Oh, yes. Let's have a look. It is. A Rollins and Co. Idol.
Idol.
With a P on. I think that'll be Pollos, with Rollos and Co. Ooh, there's something round there. It's very round. Almost too round to be natural. Let's see if we can get it. Could be the bottom of a bottle. Could be something else. Whoa. Whoa. It's getting away, it's getting away. It's the bottom of a bottle. It looks quite new too. Oh, what's Phil found? I'll come in a little bit, but I think it's a bit deep for my wellies.
The blue and white plate.
Whoops.
Come around there. Come around the top.
This current is really strong.
It's got a rim on it anyway, but it's very flat.
Oh yes.
Very flat.
I would say that's the lid of something, and there's the rim that's slotted into the top of a pot.
Yes.
Looking at the size, perhaps a spice pot, do you think? Or the top of a sugar basin?
It's just weird realising that we're standing in a river that was flowing here with so much history. And I just keep thinking any minute now I'm going to find something relevant to the Civil War. And I keep finding bits of Worcester china, which is understandable because we're just a mile out of Worcester.
I found something buried in the banking. I think it could be my medieval find of the day. I'm not sure. What do you think? Or maybe it's a bicycle wheel. That's firmly embedded in there. I'm not sure how it got there, but I'm certainly not going to be able to get it back out.
It's definitely shaped, isn't it?
Oh yes, it does look
not,
as if it's something.
That's
a stoneware bowl, I think.
Yes.
Very large. Or it could be the inevitable piece of sewer pipe. But it's a bit light for sewer pipe. Usually they're much darker. So it could be a bowl, but it's very thick. What do you think? Do you think that's too thick for an old bowl? Do you think it's more likely to be sewer pipe?
Got disappointment and a little bit of colour.
Oh right. What's the disappointment?
I thought it was a pipe bowl.
Oh.
It did not. It really did.
Yes.
In the under there. If I put it back under the water, I don't know if it'll have the same effect now. But the way it was under the water.
Yes, it does look a bit like a pipe bowl,
It was all
doesn't
buried
it?
in, and I thought it was a pipe bowl.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
picked up. But that.
Oh, that's pretty.
That is pretty, isn't it?
Oh, Phil's found something. Off we go. Oh, don't make too many splashes.
Now watch this now.
I'm watching. Right.
It's under there, guys. You see how he looks patterned? When I picked it up.
No, it's just grubby.
No. I thought it was patterned because of that side.
Oh, it is patterned on that side.
I thought it was a pattern on there.
And
I picked it up. I thought, oh, you see?
Oh, it's very pretty.
So I've been searching the bank in here just in the hope as people have come down and broken the ground, there may have been something from that era, a musket ball or something. Well, I haven't had any joy with musket balls, but just here, that the neck of a bottle or something.
Oh, it's a tiny little one. Oh, isn't that sweet?
There you go.
Look at that. There's nothing written on it. There's a place for a label. Let's go and pop it in the water, give it a swill. Isn't that cute? Oh, look what we've got. We've got our Black & Decker workmate. Needs a little bit of TLC to get it back to its former glory, but it looks like quite an old one actually. I could be wrong. I'm wrong. It's chipboard. I thought maybe it was some sort of handcrafted fabulous thing. It isn't.
No, it still looks quite old. Bottle in the water.
Yep, we got a barrel there. That's firmly embedded in the ground, and as Phil said, we've got a bottle. Let's have a look. Ooh, it's been there a while because the roots of the tree have grown into the bottle. Oops, I've lost it. Doesn't want to come up. Right. Look at that. That's been there a while. Let's see what's written on it. It says HP Bulmer Limited, Herefordshire. Established 1887. Right, so I don't think it's as old as I imagined, but it's certainly not a very new one because of the amount of root that had grown into it. Guess what we found over here? It's not a bowl. It's not ridged pottery, so it must be a shopping trolley. And another bottle. So look at this one. No, I can't get that one out from underneath the trolley, but I can see it's got a metal collar on, so I don't think it's that old. Aha, look what we got here. It's a sort of bowl. I think it's somebody's sweet or chewing gum. It's the closest thing we've come to a bowl today. Very unusual not to find a bowl.
Well, the storm clouds are certainly gathering. Although I've got my umbrella, I'd rather get back to the car. We've had a great time here on the outskirts of Worcester. Hope you've enjoyed it. Didn't find anything related to the battles that were fought, but we found some lovely bits and pieces. So if you've enjoyed the travels with us, please tell a friend, share the video, and give us a thumbs up. And why not comment below? All the best now. Bye.